using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Coach Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, folks, we're going to have an amazing show. Got a very special guest here, which my co-host will introduce shortly. But in the meantime and in between time, we'd like you guys to go to YouTube or Facebook, and we would like you to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe so that you can receive materials from us and also receive materials from our very special guest today. So, Crystal, Coach Crystal, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful. Glad to be back. We weren't here last week, but I did run a show last week, but we weren't here last week. I was in Egypt getting some much needed relaxation.
My Egyptian princess, folks. You got a new Egyptian princess here on the Business Zone. That's Queen Nefertiti right there.
And I had a fabulous time. I do have a little video that I'm going to share.
All righty then.
My tour of Egypt, and I suggest if that is on your bucket list, you definitely go. It was pretty awesome. I went not necessarily for Egypt. I went because my niece lives there and she just had a baby, and so I went to go visit my grandniece. And but in as an added value, I got to visit pyramids and ride a camel and just have a really good time and got some much needed rest.
Man, co-host, I saw that video link you sent me on the traffic situation in Cairo, Egypt. Man, I would never ever get involved in a situation like that. I'm looking at the traffic, people driving like crazy. Like ants, when you look at ants, right? You see like a million of them. And they're just going fast and crazy and look like they're going to bump into each other. And then you got traffic and pedestrian and people cussing out each other.
Yeah, there you go. How you doing? Yeah, it was. Just imagine being in it. My very first experience coming from the airport into the city, and I'm like, what's happening here? There's no lanes, there's no lights, there's no traffic lights, there's no stop lights, there's no stop sign, and I just see people coming from everywhere. It was pretty incredible.
Hey, Mr. Clint Johnson, welcome to the Business Zone, sir. It's been a minute. We haven't seen you in a while, but welcome back. We appreciate you.
Glad to see you, Clint. Yeah, so it was the traffic. All I know is you've been in New York City, and in New York City, the traffic is the drivers, taxi drivers are pretty unique. But,
that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, pretty unique.
But I will tell you, Cairo ain't got nothing on them, man.
I thought the driving situation and traffic in Jamaica was awful, but when I saw that video, go, Cairo takes the cake even in Ecuador. In Ecuador, they drive crazy, right? Because the streets are marked. There's lines on the street, but they drive in the middle of the lines, right? With Cairo, there's no lines on the street, so you don't know who belongs on which side. Oh
they
man,
don't even care. There is no who belongs on which side. It's just my car is on the highway and on the street, and I'm gonna drive the way I need to drive. That's really what it was. I was like, crazy. Oh my God, what the hell? So it's quite interesting all by itself. So that was pretty unique by itself. Other than that, and it's an old city, so I mean, like all cities, I mean, any other country you go to, America is probably the newest city out there and country out there, and so therefore all the buildings are old. Things look like they're falling down around you. but the people are incredible, and the history is pretty incredible. And the hotel I stayed in was just amazing. The hospitality and the customer service. I had a class last night, and I was telling them this was the utmost in customer service that I've ever experienced. Especially,
that's amazing. That's amazing.
It was pretty amazing, from the front door, from the entry into the hotel, all the way to the back, to the second entry in the back, and everyone, the housekeeping, everybody was just pretty amazing. That part was incredible. In addition to meeting my brand new niece, and so I do have a little video that I created of all of my some of the highlights of my trip.
So let's see the video, man. Without further ado, let's see the video. Yeah, I love the music already.
Oh, wait. Why am I not seeing it? Hold on 1 second.
You probably have to share it first.
Out here. It's supposed to be sharing. There we go. That's my niece. That was my tour guide. And that's me on a camel. That is Cairo. And obviously you guys know that is there are the pyramids. That's the thing.
Looks good, co-host. Right. I love it. I love the aesthetics. You know how you. Oh, this is a different one.
Yeah, this is the city at night on a Friday night. It's called the Bazaar, and these are mosques all over the city. And look at the art. That's my name. But the people, the history. These are all of the people. Nighttime is their time to shine, and they have a really good time. That was my hotel, which was right across from the Nile, and that was sunset on the Nile. That was inside the Citadel in the mosque. Let me just stop this now and remove this. So where are you? There you go. There you go. So the city is big, and so there are mosques all over the city. And that one mosque that we were in, on the inside, the ceilings were 365 feet in the air, which was the number of days in a year.
The ceiling?
the ceiling from the ground to the top was
Wow.
365 feet, and that represented the number of days in a year. And then
Dang.
they had these marble pillars that were on in four corners of the mosque, and that was represented the four seasons: winter,
Mm-hmm.
summer, fall, and spring.
Yeah.
And then they had these lanterns that was all over the top part of the ceiling, and there
Mm-hmm.
were 56 of those, and that represented the 56 weeks um, in a year. So the
That's
calendar
amazing.
is very important within that culture in the Egyptian, and that's the beginning of time, right? That's the math. A lot of things originated, civilization kind of originated there, and alphabet and all that kind of stuff. So
That's
very interesting.
amazing.
Yeah.
How come you didn't take a picture of your niece?
Oh, she's in that video.
Oh.
Hello, Greg. She's in the video down at the end, and she was there with the baby. We took her to the museum, and I went to the newest museum, and they did an actual. They have an exhibit that is all of the mummies from the tombs from the pyramids, and so I saw Queen Nefertiti,
All
her
right.
mummy, and so she had braids like I do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why those dudes over there were going, "Oh, Queen Nefertiti." When they saw you, they go, "Queen Nefertiti, you're so beautiful."
Greg says I look more regal since I came back from Egypt. Don't know why that is, but yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes, Greg. She does look more regal. She got that Queen Nefertiti look.
So, but it for anyone that's on their bucket list, you definitely should go. And I,
Man,
of course, got to see it from a local space as well. I ate local food. My niece fixed food for me. Her mother-in-law fixed a traditional Egyptian meal for me.
what
And
does that comprise of?
we had grape leaves grape leaves stuffed with rice and meat.
Man,
And
that sounds pretty healthy, man.
yeah, and
The
we
grape
also
leaf.
great leaves, and then they
Yeah,
also stuff peppers, which is what we also eat. And of course, they have beef and potatoes and things like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Um, uh, the main business or industry is the tourist industry.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, then most of them go to school to be part of that, and that's really where their money comes from.
I'm just wondering how much they generate each year in tourism. Tourism dollars, because we know Vegas bring in billions, right? And in tourist dollars. So I'm just wondering for Cairo, for Egypt, what they're.
Well, I don't know because I don't know about that because the American dollar, the conversion rate right now is like 1984, 1954, something like that. So for every
Yeah,
dollar is multiply that, and that's the Egyptian dollar. So you know
yeah.
$200 in Cairo is for them is somewhere close to thirteen
Ten.
hundred $1,300 or something of that nature.
Uh,
Um, $500 for them is close to $9,000,
oh,
$9,700.
the other way around, right? The
The
other
other
way
way
around.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
they like
500 US dollars is equivalent to 9,000. They're pounds, right? They've got
their
pounds,
pound. Right,
right?
exactly. So for them, they love receiving U.S. money because
Yeah, for
it
sure.
goes a long way as
Yeah.
opposed to. But for us, like when I would pull 1,000 Egyptian pounds from the ATM,
Hmm.
it was literally $54 for me, or
Yeah.
$51 actually. That's how
Right.
much
Right.
it came back on the other side. So it was no need of converting the money back to me because I was going to get what I got out of it. So I just left it with my niece.
That's amazing, co-host. You got some great R&R. You get to meet the culture.
I
You
got to
get to
meet
meet the
the
culture
I got
and the
to
food and everything. And I like it. I like those pictures you took in front of the artifacts. Like the pyramid, the uh, the building itself,
Yeah.
in the background, like you were kissing
Well, that's the other thing. The tourism, the tour guides, and I went on a private tour. They
yeah,
are excellent cameramen and
yeah,
women.
yep. I
And
can imagine.
right, so they took the pictures, and so there she told me in the car, I am an excellent photographer, and so she was. So she created all of those, and everybody, and of course you have your hustlers hustling out your side effects.
You always have hustlers.
You know,
So,
just like going to
Greg,
Jamaica. Just like
yeah,
going
I
to Jamaica.
know.
I remember when I went to Jamaica and I was on a cruise ship, and you how you come through, you get off, and I would think we
Yeah,
were in the gal, right?
yeah.
And so we came in, and they're right there outside of the cruise ship,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
start immediately. They were hounding me so badly. They show I was like these little ugly statues, and I'm sure it was not a was not an artifact of the state or the culture at all. I was like, here, just give it to me, just give it to me.
So our field reporter, our field correspondent, Mr. Gregory Sneed, have some fun facts for us. Fun facts on Egypt. He said, at its peak in 2010, the sector employed about 12% of the workforce of Egypt. He says, serving approximately 14.7 million visitors to Egypt and providing revenues of nearly $12.5 billion, as well as contributing to its 11% for its GDP. So there you go. That's the facts for you right
There you
there.
go. So,
You know?
and tourism is a big thing. So, of course, during the pandemic, when no one could travel to Egypt, that was huge for that country, which tourism. There isn't a lot of work other than taxi drivers, which is a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
I didn't really see that much. I mean, there are obviously people working in marketing and so forth, but there are actually so 13 million visitors. But in
Yeah.
Egypt itself, they actually have a population of 21 million people,
Mm-mm-mm.
and they have more men. Is about a million more men than women in that country, and you can see
Wow.
it in the street because
So the competition is fierce then.
well, the women, you don't, obviously the culture is very conservative to say the least.
Yeah.
The women
Yeah.
are kept hidden at home.
Yeah.
So in the street, there's tons and tons and tons of men, but there is definitely the biggest I'd say if it was a con was I was very conscious about what I had to wear because you had to keep your no shoulders, um, obviously, long pants. Women layer all up. You can't even see them from head to toe. Only thing you can see is their faces. They're
Wow.
beautiful people though, but you can't
Mm-mm-mm.
see that nobody. None of the women you really see with like you hear tank tops and spaghetti
Yeah.
straps. It's none of that. In fact, when you
Yeah.
see that, you're going, oh, that looks odd, and then, like I'm not supposed to be seeing that. The women are well covered up, even
It,
though it's 99 degrees
it's
there.
one of those patriarchal societies.
Yeah, no
Greg,
hoochies allowed.
Greg says no hoochies allowed.
No hoochies allowed.
As a
Not
matter as a matter of fact, Greg, I think that's where we should ship them. We should ship all the hoochies over there
yeah, no,
and,
they
and
would
let
not be
that
able to be
government
there.
deal with them.
Yeah, it was, but it's a beautiful place. So I say, and traveling is amazing anyway because you get to see so much and learn so much. Um,
Yes.
so in my third, it was a going, it was 14 hours. Coming back, it was 17 hours.
Wow.
What do
Wow.
you say? There's a
Wow.
bunch of them in Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica's a different place.
Oh man, Greg, I'm gonna have to send you down there, send you down to Jamaica as punishment. So we have an amazing guest today, and Coach Crystal. Man, this was a well-deserved rest for you, the trip you needed, and you get to unwind. You do nothing. I made sure I didn't bother you or anything. I kind of put a block over your phone number so my finger wouldn't automatically touch it to dial you.
Yeah,
So
I didn't do any work. Only thing I did was I did broadcast. I did connect with the community briefing, and so we did the community briefing. I was in Egypt, and they were here
yeah,
in LA,
yeah,
and that went real well. And then I actually taught one class
yeah.
in the middle of the night. It was 3 o'clock in the morning for me over there, but it was 6 o'clock.
I think we should try and find some ways to do some business cross continental in Egypt, man. You know, we can broadcast the business zone live over there and try to provide some business ideas to some of their, you know, aspiring entrepreneurs. Now,
Yeah,
now
because it's interesting.
it's more of a blue collar country, right?
It's
Mostly.
yeah, more of a blue collar country, but there are some definitely if you're looking to solve some pain points, there's some definitely pain points there
Yeah.
that would be beneficial for some. And there I mean Amazon is there. I watch Netflix there. They have an
Hmm.
exceptional now this is interesting. Their satellite services were impeccable.
Hmm.
I mean, I literally had communication. I had
Yeah.
no problem. I could call. I called home a couple of times
You're
to
right.
talk to my
Right.
sister. Between AT&T and their internet lines and connection, I had no problem connecting once I let everybody know. But here's a unique thing: Egypt doesn't like old money. Egypt requires pristine, clean, cream, crisp dollar bills, U.S. dollar bills with no wrinkles, no cuts, no written name, nothing on them, and they have dollars. They will not accept dollars if they're older than 2000, year 2000. Period.
Hey, Greg, you hear that? So all those $20 bills you've been making in your backyard, you can't send them to. You can't take them with you to Egypt because they won't accept it.
The guy was looking at the hotel. He was looking at. He went to look for the serial number on a $100 bill, and I was like, I was surprised to even see it. I ain't never even paid attention to the serial number on $100 bill. Point, but yeah,
That's
no.
amazing. That's
But it was good.
amazing.
It was a fun trip.
I'm glad you were able to do that. I'm kind of getting a little idea for business zone moving forward. Maybe we should, at least 4 times a year or 3 times a year, we should go to a foreign country and broadcast live, or interview the people there, see their culture, their business culture, what it's all about.
Strictly business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
That-
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And there were one young lady. She has a bakery business, at home. She caters,
yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I was talking to her, and she goes, "Yeah, yeah." She told me my niece had told her what I do. She goes, "I would like for you to help me.
Yeah.
How do I do?" And so yeah, so there's definitely a need. Definitely a need.
Right.
We knew that
Yep.
though from when
Definitely.
some of our viewers from Africa.
Well, I think
So
we can make a great transition into our guests on the show today, who provides very special services for a special group of listeners. And co-host, you want to do the honors in introducing her?
I most certainly will. I'm excited. We're also this is our celebration of celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month,
Yes,
and
yes.
so we
Happy
honoring
Hispanic Heritage Month to every one of you out there, all the Latinos, all the Afro Latinos, all the Jamaican, the Jamaicans, the Jamexicans,
the Dominicans, the Afro-Cubans,
Dominicans, all of those cultures,
Panamanians, all everybody.
Panamanian,
Yeah,
Panamanian, all of them.
right. So we are going to bring on our guest right now, Miss Old School Becky Lou. And if any of you are a follower of the Art Laveau show, this is the lady. She's from there, and so we're. It's interesting that show. I love that show because I like old school music, and you
Yeah.
get to hear all of the phenomenal, great music when you tune in. But let me tell you a little bit about her, and then we're gonna sit down and have a great
A
conversation with
little
her.
bit about Old School Becky Lu.
Yeah, old school Becky Lu. Let me just switch over so she's in the highlight and we're in the
There
shade.
we go.
There we go. Old school Becky Lu has a communication background in radio broadcasting. Her journey began in 2011, where she was part of an inaugural group that launched the KCOD Radio, the first ever terrestrial college radio station at the College of the Desert in Palm Desert. At KCOD, she served as an on-air personality where she hosted two music programs, Wired at 5 and Rock-a-Holics. Her passion for the arts opened up the doors to working behind the scenes at the radio production at Alpha Media of Palm Springs. She has recorded over 100 radio advertisements for local businesses in the Coachella Valley, and her multi-talented voices was broadcast on radio stations such as U92.7, 937 KCLB, and Mix 105, and more. So we want to welcome her. She does a legendary show, The Art LeBeau Connection, every Sunday through Thursday. Art Below and the Old School Becky Lu takes your requests and dedications on the air. Welcome, Becky Lu. We're so happy to have you.
Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Old School Becky Lu. It's all the floor is yours, Becky Lu.
Right. Go.
The audio sounds like it's breaking up.
Albert. Yes.
Yeah, it's her signal is kind of weak. I don't know. Yeah, so we're happy to have you. Our signals are a little weak, but hopefully we'll be able to get more. We'll be able to hear you. Are you close to your router on your computer? Is it close to your? I don't know, Gilbert.
Yeah, it sounds like the audio is really choppy. We can hardly hear what you're saying, even though you're getting some compliments from our field representative there, Mr. Greg Sneed. Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Mr. Greg Smead said, "Oh, she is pretty."
I wonder if she can get closer to her router. You know, where
can you get closer to your router so you may get a stronger signal? Is your router close to you right now, Becky Lu?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
you're going in and
Can
out.
you hear me okay?
Though. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, awesome. Okay, good.
We're glad to have you. So
yes, I'm Old School Becky Lu with the Art LeBeau Connection, coming at you. Yes, thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you. I wonder if she could come in on her phone. That might be stronger.
Yeah, you want to try to come in on your phone. You want to dial in on your phone. So the image could be the video image could be there, but the audio will be going over the phone. You want to try that, Becky Lu?
Yeah.
So what number is she gonna dial, Crystal?
She just calls. She can call you.
Oh, okay.
She can call you.
You wanna call me, and I'll put you on speaker and put you live. You want to try that?
And then just mute out her. We'll just mute out her sound. On
whatever.
Yeah, go ahead and call me.
And then we'll mute her. She can mute on her side. There we go.
There we go.
Then down below, have her mute her sound on the.
Yeah, go ahead and mute your sound on the laptop, so it doesn't get any echo or anything like that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? All right. Go ahead and speak then, Becky
You need
Lou.
to mute
Can
tell her to press M
am I
on her computer, and that'll mute her.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, yeah.
yeah, a little
I
bit.
can hear you.
Yeah, press M on your laptop, and that will mute it for you.
There you go.
Did you mute it? Okay, good.
And I think, Gilbert, you're going to have to mute as well.
All right. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Can we hear her? You have to speak to her through the phone, Gilbert. Although now I'm not hearing either one of you.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is. It's me. I'm real. It's School Becky Lu.
There you
Yes. I'm part of a show called the Art LeBeau Connection. Art and myself, we read requests and dedications for people, family members, loved ones who can't be together, whether they are in the service, whether they are in a different state, whatever it is. We keep them connected through their dedications, through social media, call in, through mail, all of that good stuff.
Excellent. Crystal, can you hear?
I can hear her. Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear her. There's a little feedback. I think it would have actually, if she signed in on the show from her phone, it probably would be stronger.
Okay. So you want to tell her how to do that?
Yeah, just go to the link that we sent her in her email. If she goes to that link and just opens it up on her phone.
Oh, okay. So Becky Lou, my co-host said to go to the link that she sent you and open it up on your phone, and then maybe the signal will be better. So you'll do it on your phone. So open the link on your phone.
And then you're gonna hang up from her, because she'll be on her phone for that.
Yeah. All right. You want me to hang up then? All right.
Yeah. So if she comes in on her phone, then it'll be as opposed to coming in on. So I'm gonna remove her from here.
Yeah.
And then she'll come in on her phone.
Okay. Can you hear us, Becky Lou?
Well, no, I took her out so she could answer. She could come in on her phone.
Okay. There she is. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Then better.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. See, we got it. We got it. All right. Thank you. Bear with me. Hello, everybody. All right. Let's go. Let's go. I'm a channel my inner Mexican, for Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love that. I love that. You better coin that. You
I know.
better coin that, because if you don't, I will.
I know, Jamexican, baby. Actually, I've been Jamexican since 2004. So,
2004.
Yeah, I was an honorary Jamexican.
So I am in awe. I've listened to your show, never knowing that I would ever meet you. I love that show, and I love all the dedications that come in for their loved ones, and so it's pretty awesome to hear the voice behind the show.
Yeah, she's real. She's real. Art says hello. He sends his love. It's amazing to be living my dream, to be on the radio. Thank you for reading that bio. I have a communications background, and you know what? It's been 11 years, 11 long years, starting from college radio, and then being here with Art LeBeau. So it's just special. We all grew up with him. We're all familiar with that voice, and just to read dedications with him, to be right there. When he comes in the studio, he's like, "Oh, hey, Becky Lou." He's so cute. He does a little shuffle when he comes in the studio, and he's like, "Becky Lou." But of course, the Art LeBeau Connection is not possible without our team. So Jomo on the radio, that is our show producer. She has a lot to do with the Art LeBeau Connection as well. So Jomo, if you're watching, you are amazing, and keep rocking.
You know, we're gonna have to re-invite you back so you can bring Art LeBeau as well, right?
I'll talk to him about it. He's 97 years old. He does what he can.
That's
yes,
what
and he's still live. Still live. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Because I was just sitting there going, wait a minute. I was young when I first learned about wow. This is amazing. And you guys are in Palm Springs or Palm Desert.
Yes, Palm Springs, California. We have our own studio. We have 10 affiliates. Most of them are in California, from the Bay Area, Monterey. We have Bakersfield. We have San Diego, and there's 2 in Arizona, Tejano 1600, and we also have Mega 1043. Some of the local ones that you can hear in Southern California, 93.5 KD on Sundays.
Yes.
Old School 1047 in the LA IE area. Old School 93.5. The Duck, Hot 94.1 out of Bakersfield. We bring the Art LeBeau connection to you. And it's an honor to be able to keep these families connected, keep these loved ones connected. And they are the show, because without the show, or without our fans, without the listeners, we don't have a show. So we are very appreciative of each and every one of them.
And that's a pretty unique concept, because I don't know any other shows that do dedications that you can actually call in and ask for the song that you want.
That was back in the day, you know.
Well, this is it. This is it. Art's been doing this for many, many years. He started in World War II when he was in the service doing broadcasting news, all that stuff. And from there, it just turned into rock and roll. He's always been fascinated with the radio. He's always wanted to do something. And as innovative and smart as this man is, he's very business savvy. Of course, he had a radio show, a live show from Scrivener's Drive-In in LA, where all these teenagers would come out, and Art would put them on the radio, and they do all these dedications like, oh, I want to tell my boyfriend and my girlfriend this and that. And so that's how it started. And from there was a TV show, a dance show, of course, the Almonte Legion Stadium, where he gave Richie Valens his very first performance. Yeah, he knows everybody, and everybody knows Art LeBeau. That man is a part of history. He's still on the air. He's the one that's doing it. So, hey, he's a living legend, and he's on another level. He is.
Folks,
he is.
Folks, for those of you who are just tuning in and you're listening or watching our show, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, and every week at Friday at 3, we bring in different entrepreneurs to speak about their industry, their business, how it's prospering, and the services or products they provide. And this week, folks, we have no other than the amazing Old School Becky Lu from the Art LeBeau show, and she is just phenomenal.
The honorary Mexican today for Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's right, baby.
Now, Gilbert, how did you meet Becky?
I met Becky because I was appointed the procurement chair for the Greater Inland Empire Hispanic Chambers of Commerce, and we have a DBA called Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses, and that's how I met her. She's one of our committee members, and she brought the energy since day. Oh no, actually, I met her before that. There was an event over at what's the name of the school? What's the name over there? The Chingona event.
Oh yes, it was at Loyola Marymount University. Yeah, where I was the MC.
Yeah, there's an event called Chingonas, right? and
I remember when you did that.
So she was the MC, and that's where I met her. She was sitting at my table, looking all wonderful in her nice gown.
Really beautiful.
Yes. So that's how I met her, and then after that, I found out she was on our committee also, and she brought the energy, man. So ever since that, we got that Mexican vibe going.
Simon. Yep. Yeah. Old school Becky Lu, she also, and I say she because she is a persona all of her own. Yes. She's also an event MC. So the Chingona community, that was fun. There were other events too, not only MC, but of course, co-host, all of that, good entertainer, all of that. So old school Becky Lu is there. You're looking for an MC, you're looking for someone to do your live stream. Here it is. I'll bring the energy, like Gilbert said. That's right. And there's a special name that I like to give Gilbert too. Can I tell him your name?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, Gilbert, he's a man with many talents. Gilbert is a man with a good heart and stuff. And so when we were doing our procurement event, he was like, hey, I'm gonna gift A, B, and C. So I dubbed him Santa Claus Gilbert. So he is SCG all year round, not just during the holidays, all year round. SCG, Santa Claus Gilbert.
I love it.
That's another original one.
That's right.
Was the persona Becky Lu? When was that developed? Because even though you have a communications background and this is obviously your love, when did you develop her?
Well, when I was 12 years old, my Uncle Willie, he would say Becky Lu from the old school, baby. And that's how that developed. So I've been with the Art LeBeau Connection for 5 years. I was hired originally as a call screener. That's when people call in, we take their dedication, where they're at, give the dedications to Art so that way he can read them on the air and whatnot. So when COVID happened, I was working at another radio group with all the radio stations you read in my bio. And with COVID, I was let go. But during that time, I was training for voiceover. Little did I know that training, God, higher power, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, they're like, okay, that's what you were training for. So I got brought onto the show because, Art, he couldn't be in the studio during COVID. The man was 95 years old at the time. So they needed somebody live in the studio. He was live at his home where he was safe, but somebody needed to be in the studio for the new dedications that were coming in. So that's how that came about. So like, okay, I auditioned, I sent a tape, I got the position, and they're like, okay, well, you need a name. And I said, well, they call me Becky Lu from the old school. And they're like, no, you are not Becky Lu from the old school. You are old school Becky Lu. And I said, okay.
I love it.
So that's how Becky Lu from the old school and old school Becky Lu, she's all one person. That's how that came about.
You know, we're gonna have to trademark that now, right? We're gonna have to trademark.
Is. You better believe it.
All right.
Shoot. You think I'm gonna let that one slide? Come on now.
It created when she was 12, so it was like it was destined. Fate was destined for you to be in radio.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I never wanted to be in radio. I knew I wanted to be in front of a crowd. I knew that I wanted to entertain somehow, but I didn't know what. So in 2011, I went back to college because I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't I be a sports broadcaster like Erin Andrews? So I went back to college. I started taking referee classes. I started taking radio and radio and broadcasting classes. And our instructor was like, hey, there's a radio station here on campus and we're going to start the radio station. And I was like, well, I don't want to be on the radio. I want to be a sideline reporter. I want to be on sports. So I was helping people with their show. And eventually our instructor dropped the bomb and said, Rebecca, you have to have your own show. And I said, okay. I ended up having 2 shows. I became the event coordinator, the event planner, the events director, the media director for this college radio station that I was with for 5 years. And that from college, I went to commercial I got hired with Alpha Media. Started doing voiceovers for the stations Mix 100.5, U 92.7, 93.7, KCLB, 106.9 The Eagle. And from there, that led me to the Art LeBeau connection. It's 11 years in the making.
You
So
were
it fell in my lap.
destined.
I
You
went
were
from wanting to
destined
be a
to be
sports
there.
reporter to on the radio. But sometimes what we want, that's not our plan, right? And
Yes.
no matter how whatever roads we try to make that plan happen, if it's not for us, it's not going to happen. That door is going to close, and the
Right.
doors we're supposed to be a part of, they will open. And this is
Co-host.
where I'm at. I wouldn't have met Santa Claus Gilbert or you today, Crystal, if this would not have happened.
See,
Right.
it was destined. It was ordained.
And
was-
you're from a industry, you know, before podcasting, which is what we're doing, is podcasting. You're the original. I mean, the income comes from selling ads, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys are masterful at that, and those of us over here in podcasting trying to figure that piece out. But that's part of that whole. That's the business model, right? Is the selling of and appearing
Right.
ads in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we make it happen. We make it happen. Next Sunday, we have our annual big show, the Art LeBeau Show live concert on Saturday, October 8th at the Glen Helen Amphitheater in San Bernardino. And right now, we have a $25 all-in ticket offer. You can go to Ticketmaster.com. Tickets are $25. They're actually $16.25, but when, of course, you add the fees, it's $25. So it's $25 all in. Ticketmaster.com. Next Saturday, the big Art LeBeau Show live concert. We have Rolls Royce. We have the Daz Band. Or excuse me, we have the SOS Bands. We have MC Magic, Amanda Perez. We're bringing the old school and the new school. The Sacred Souls from San Diego. Those Soldies, the Soldie sound. So that's what we're incorporating. And we're bringing a band from San Diego that's going to perform for us.
She's living up to the reputation, man.
Is Art actually, is he going to be there to be the radio?
That's a surprise. You never know. You can't miss that man and his bling bling. And of course, Becky Lu, she needs the bling bling too. So I'm looking for some bling bling to match. So yeah, and Romeo from 93.5 K-Day, he'll be there as well.
Okay, so you guys come all out like big time celebrities.
That's right, man. There's gonna be a red carpet, right? Is there gonna be a red carpet there too?
Oh, there might be.
Yeah,
there might be.
So all of you guys in the bling bling can step out and say, "Hey, check me out."
Hey, and then I'll be telling myself, "Don't fall down." Don't fall down.
And I think I remembered when because if you're traveling and pretty much your radio station you get is the 93.7 K-Day and stuff when you're way out on the Inland Empire. And so I think I remember over the years coming back in from the mountains and what have you, advertising this big concert, because this is an annual thing that you guys do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
19 years. This is the 19th show.
Advertise this event.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Becky Lu, tell our audience what celebrating Hispanic Heritage and Latino Heritage Month means to the culture, to the community, to family, and everything. What does it mean?
It means being proud of your heritage, being proud of your culture, being proud of where you came from. That's right. Whatever region you came from, celebrating those the heritage and stuff. And I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican American. But I love celebrating it. And our audience with the Art LeBeau connection, we have a little bit of everything, but predominantly it is Chicano. It is a lot of the lowrider crew, you know, cholos, all that stuff. But that's okay. That's okay because we're here to connect. Everybody has to connect in some way, right? And so for me, that's what Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrates. That's what it's about. And I love it. I love that you guys are celebrating that. Thank you so very much for acknowledging this beautiful month, and not just this month, but all year round. Year round. That's right.
That's what we do here on the Business Zone. We recognize all cultures, Like every month we find out what month it is. Who are we celebrating this month? So, 1 month it's celebrating women in business. 1 month is Hispanic heritage. 1 month is it's African American. You name it, man. It's there. So that's what we want to do. As the business zone, we got to embrace all type of people, culture, and entrepreneurs. That's what
That's
we do.
right.
I think it's so important that when we do have all of the actual month where we're celebrating a culture, it helps open everybody's minds up to who we are, right? Because we're more than just the people. We're
Yeah.
a sum of our cultural experiences, and that's what I was saying earlier when being in Egypt. That culture there is so different from our culture here, but I learned so much about the people based upon what just seeing the culture in live as opposed to have read about it or heard about it. But the same thing for Hispanic Heritage Month, African American when we have Black History Month. You learn so much about people, and I think in this world that we live in right now, we see people of different nationalities, and until we understand who they are and that we're all the exact same, right? We have our own cultures, and we love our families, we love our children, we celebrate marriages, we celebrate birthdays. We're all the same people. We just have different life experiences, and I
I,
think it's
I,
so very important.
I think what you just described, co-host, is that macro level of people and life. And then Becky Lu earlier described the Hispanic culture, the Mexican culture, the Chicano, the
Right.
Chingonas, all of those come together and it forms a culture. So that's really what we're about, man, is to just let people know what everything putting together. It's like cooking, right? You're cooking,
Yeah.
you get your ingredients, you put your little different ingredients, and at the end, it comes out to a nice meal.
Yes, I
That's
agree.
that's
I
what this
agree.
is.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
this
'cause
is.
even the music, the rock and roll, that's cultural, right? Because there's a group of us that remember that music. Then there's the new kids, they're all about hip hop, but we go back to the day when you can sing music, right? When you knew all the words to a song. That's from the era of the old school.
There's still a lot. There's still some. We get a lot of the reels where art's tagged, and some of them are these little kids. They're singing in the back seat, and their parents are playing oldies while they're on their car ride, and they're just singing and they're feeling the music, because that music from that time, it came from the heart. It had
Yeah,
soul, and the
yeah,
kids connect with it. And I think
yeah.
it's just beautiful that our fans, our listeners, they share that on social media, whatever the story may be. Or a lot of people grew up with art, of course, and so we get a lot of tags for that. But just having that sentiment, just bringing that value, it's what makes it special. And also with our LeBeau connection, during it's Black History Music Month, we do
Mhm.
acknowledge the artists that we play in honor of that
Hmm.
month. So yeah,
That's
we're
good.
we're very cultural aware as well.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's
We
Yeah.
very
like that.
interesting. So you hear that? I mean, that music, and like I said, my mom listened to the music.
Yeah.
My niece, it's so funny. My sister was her kids because she used to play either Disney Channel or she played old school in her car, right? And she would sing. And when when the boys were little, they were learning, Stevie Wonder and the Platters and Temptation. So here, when they became adults, somebody was playing the music and they were really getting into it. And they're like, "How you guys know this music?" And they're like, "Don't y'all know this music?" Because that's what their mother played
you, you know
all
you
the
know
time.
you know what's amazing about that, co-host. Back in the day when I was growing up, probably about 21, 22, 23, right? In my community back in Jamaica,
Uh
we used
huh.
to we used to play old school songs, and then we would guess to see who the artist was. right? And that was a competition between us. So there'd be like 4 or 5 of us guys on the corner, right? And then they're playing the song and say, "Who is that? Who's the singer?" The Platters. "Who is that? Smokey. Who is that? Diana Ross." You know, it's amazing. So old school Becky Lu is bringing that back.
Well, the Art LeBeau connection, thanks to Art with a lot of his contributions too.
Yeah.
Now, how did he get into music? How did he get into radio?
During World War II, he was in the service and he was doing news broadcasts. From there, that fueled his passion for radio. He's always been obsessed with radio, and so that led to his dedication shows at Scribner's Drive-In. That led to his dance shows, all of that stuff. So since the 40s, this man has been in radio. He is 97 years old. You do the math on all of that stuff, and that's all he knows. Amazing. And he's just done so much, so many contributions. That's how he got started.
Wow.
That's what it was back in the 40s.
Wow.
And when the rock and roll came in the 1950s, that was it. It was all over. He took it to another level.
So see, this is so amazing though, because he can tell the history of many of these songs that are played, right? Say, "I remember back in 1945 when this group first started. They were in the cafe and they decided to write this song." You know, I love it. This is great.
Because he would have been around, 97 with Elvis Presley and all of the old school greats that came around and
pretty Little Richard and all of those guys, James Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. It would be just an honor, and I imagine when you were hired, it would just be an honor. That's like history. That's
for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah, I cried during my interview.
That's like being in company of your idol. You see what I mean? That's amazing. So, Becky Lu, what is 1 or 2 things that you would like to share with your audience and our audience today on the Business Zone that they probably don't know about you or know about your likes or certain things? What is that?
What they don't know about me?
Well, nothing private. Just well, Becky Lu likes to.
Man, I had something ready. I was going to share, but you're nothing private. You just ruined it.
Okay, you can share that with me.
Well, no, I mean, like I said, I always wanted to be an entertainer of some sort, but never knew what. So the fact that coming from wanting to be part of college radio, be a college reporter, a sideline reporter, all of that stuff, to doing what I'm doing now.
How about MTV? Tell us about the MTV days.
Oh, the MTV day. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you for bringing that up. All right. So I remember I was watching MTV and there was a special event that was happening, and I was pretending I was one of the interviewers. So what I did was I found a piece of PVC pipe, a white PVC pipe. I got an Aquanet hairspray the cap. Yes, we used Aquanet hairspray back in the day. So I used that. I got a tennis ball. I cut a hole in the cap and I put the tennis ball on top of that, and I wrote MTV on the side, and the PVC was my microphone holder, and I was pretending that I was interviewing the people at the special event. So I guess in a way I was manifesting, if that's what you want to say, but that's a little something that nobody really knows until now. So thank you, Gilbert, for that reminder.
I'm just trying to help your fans to understand a little bit more about old school Becky Lu. Okay.
Yeah. It all starts from somewhere. We all have a dream. We all have a talent. We all have a gift. Yeah. And when we're young, it comes out the most, but we don't realize it. Yeah. And as we get older, it's our responsibility. It's up to us to really make that happen. The things that come so naturally to us, we don't think that we can turn into a business, but we definitely can. You can make money off doing something that's so simple to you. You're like an entrepreneur already. So if there's somebody watching and you love doing whatever it is that you may do, listen to that voice or take a chance and start your business. I hope I inspire you to want to start your business.
Yes, take it to the people. Take it to the people and start getting paid for it.
That's right. You're doing a disservice to the people by not serving them, by not sharing your gift.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, I never, even what I do here as podcast, that was never something that was ever on my wish list. I mean, being a coach and doing what I do was important to me, but never thought I'd be in, broadcasting it out to the world. But it just became natural from teaching, and I just decided, hey, I'd like to have a show. So but I didn't want to do it by myself. So I was thinking I need to have a partner, right, doing this. And so Gilbert and I had done some stuff together. So it was so funny when I asked him, he's like, yeah, sure. And I'm going, okay, cool. So we jumped in. So as we're in a studio at that time. We weren't live streaming. We were in a studio. So we're signing the documents, the agreement to do this. And so Gilbert's saying we're signing, he goes, I didn't tell you that I have a communications degree, did I? I'm like, no. And that he also had already done radio way before he met me. And that was part of what he did. And then on top of that, Gilbert was a songwriter and performer. And so that's one of Gilbert's things as well. Mine, I was using it as a marketing tool. I thought it was a great way to make sure everybody knew and be able to expand my brand. This guy right here is really he could have been his own little boat in Jamaica. So did you know that about you, Gilbert?
No, she didn't know that. She just learned that now.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, Gilbert was in the he was in a communications degree. That's what he did before he became Santa Claus.
No, Santa Claus Gilbert.
And he's a recording artist as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Our theme song, he wrote that and he sings that. The theme song.
Oh, nice. Aww.
Well, I try to trick people sometimes. I'll play the song and I'll say, do you know who that is singing? And they go, no, I don't know. Sounds kind of like you, though.
Yeah.
In that Jamexican spirit, I think you and I, Becky Lu, we're gonna do a song together. So
let's do it. We can do it before Hispanic Heritage Month ends.
That's what I'm talking about. We have until October 15th, right? So let's do it.
Yeah, we have 15 days. Let's go.
Let's do it, baby.
So as an entertainer, did you think singing was a part of your thing, or just or you just weren't sure exactly what that was going to look like, but you were going to be in the entertainment business?
Singing was not for me. I did not want to be a singer whatsoever. No.
Okay, so
No.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Since we're talking about this, it's funny. It just I'm thinking about things, and when I was little, part of that magic that was inside of me, or that gift that was inside of me, I used to watch Star Search. Remember Star Search?
Yeah.
I wanted to be on there. I would watch that with my grandmother, and I would say, Grandma, I want to be like that. How do I get on that show? She never told me how to get on the show, but yeah, that's just the part of me that I was so fascinated by that. There is a Latina. She's from Brazil, and she speaks English and she speaks Spanish too. Trilingual. Her name is Shusha. And I used to watch her on the Spanish station, and she would have a show with all these kids that were on, and they would dance. And she was kind of like an MTV BJ, but in her own show. So that's another thing that inspired me in English and in Spanish.
Wow,
yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, right. See, there's so many elements to Becky Lu. Right?
So what's your future endeavors with your career? Is there
Thank you.
higher goal that you are going to achieve or you would like to achieve?
Yeah, actually, since we're on a podcast, I would like to have my own podcast. It's been
All
brought up
right.
so much. I'm like, no, I don't want to do a podcast. No, I don't want to do this and that. But you know what? We just like radio, I didn't want to do the radio. But I ended up having 2 shows. So once we do something, we never know what it's going to turn into.
Yeah.
So maybe that podcast, yeah, that could be the next endeavor for Becky Lu.
And
Yeah,
see,
yeah. Aside from
you bring
emceeing
the
them
energy.
shows, emceeing shows, and being part of the Art Laveau connection, that
Yeah.
just might be it. I don't
You
know.
bring the
Yeah.
energy, so it's definitely gonna work, you know. So people will listen, and you've got that personality that make people want to listen to you. You see what I
Oh,
mean?
thank you.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. It's a
Oh,
good
and
thing.
I hope that like the view is okay, since I'm on
Oh,
my
yeah.
phone. If you just joined us, or if you joined us a little bit ago, I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to hold it as still as I can. Okay,
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
trying to
good,
hold
you're
it as
good.
even as I can. Sorry if my head looks like this,
No,
but
it's okay. The streaming platforms are quite challenging sometimes, depending on where you are and how close you are. So the phone reception is usually the best when there's this. But no, you are absolutely awesome. I think you
thank
would
you.
love having a podcast. Um, um, it became contagious for me. We have this one, and I have a weekly one that I launched during the pandemic. But I actually love the whole process, the producing part of it, and just meeting people and
And
engaging
sharing information.
sharing information.
Yeah.
And when you have when you have content that you can share, this is an amazing platform. So I can definitely see you having your own podcast and doing it in your way, the way you with your MTV MTV mic.
That's right. It'll be Becky Loca. Becky
Be-
Loca presents. Instead of Becky Lu, it goes from Lu to Loca. Who knows?
Becky Loca, the Jamexican, right? Becky Loca, you're listening to Becky Loca, the Jamexican.
Ooh, bringing that flavor. Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cuidado.
And the best part about podcasting, you don't have to leave your house. Just have a streaming system, and like we have here, and you can create the brand like we did, and go for it.
Oh,
that's right.
I love it. See, you could be inspiring somebody that's watching right now.
That is true.
Somebody that's wanting to do a podcast. Who knows what this is gonna lead to? This was meant for a reason.
And it's so easy now, as opposed to like if we wanted to go in radio, it's a whole, like you did, you had to go through the processes, right, to get there. Podcasting is just that easy entry into. If you have a desire to talk to an audience of people, you build it. You have some content that you're going to share with someone that someone has a need for, and there you go. You're on air. And you become a personality.
Our field correspondent Greg Sneed said being a Jamexican, jerk tacos doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Oh, you mean somebody hasn't thought of that already?
Well, now you are, because you're Jamexican now, so you are thinking about it.
Oh,
now.
well, he's gonna trade that. He's gonna trademark that.
Oh no,
invite us over. I want to try those tacos.
The Jamexican, the jerk taco, right?
That actually probably would be pretty good.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Oh yeah. So Becky Lu, what else do you want to tell our audience about? What your plans are, what you're trying to do. How can they reach you? How can they get a hold of you?
Well, first, if you would like to make a request or a dedication on the Art Laveau Connection, our phone number is 1-800-681-2121. It's a free call for wherever you're at. Or if you have social media, we are on Facebook, Art Laveau Connection, on Instagram, Art Laveau, and on Twitter, Art Laveau. So you can leave us requests and dedications that way. You can reach me. My email is oldschoolbeckylu@gmail.com. And that's Lu, L-U. So old school, BECKYLU
Awesome.
at gmail.com.
You have been so inspiring. I just love your energy. You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Anybody looking for a MC and hostess for their event, this lady will bring such sparkle to your event. So reach out to her for that, and then definitely
Thank you
for your dedication to the Art and the Bowl show. Gilbert just put the information up. Send a request to your loved ones. I just saw, and it's so interesting you're on the show today. I just saw on Facebook where there's I guess there's an app, but you actually can create a love song for your mate or for someone in your family.
Oh.
And then you send in whatever it is you want the song to be, and then somebody is singing it. So the commercial is like a commercial, right? And so the commercial is the husband is in the car and his wife turns the radio on and they're listening, and then it starts to talk about when they met and what age they were and their children, and they've been through some stuff, but they got through. He went, wait a minute, is this about us? And so it actually is a love song that this woman did for her husband, and it was on the radio. And he was like, he started crying and she started naming their children and how she loves it. And I thought, what an amazing gift is that, being able to record something and provide it special, personalized to your loved one. So thinking of the Art the Lobo show and the dedication, which is really what that is, right? Dedicating your love to that person and broadcasting it across the world. So awesome.
Yeah, we have all kinds of listeners, all kinds of fans. There's a mom that makes dedications to all of her sons. She has 3 sons who are overseas right now. So she'll make a dedication. There are a lot of families who can't be together right now, whether they're in different states or incarceration or whatever the case may be. But we are that element that keeps them together. We keep them connected. So we're that voice. And I love it. It's an honor, and you know what? It is a responsibility because these people can't do it themselves. And it's up to us to read that dedication special, to make it special, to read it the way that or express it the way that husband or that wife would want to express it herself, but cannot to her husband or vice versa. So that's what we do. And we love what we do. We love being that bridge, that connection.
So Becky Lu, give me a little taste of what someone would hear when you're on the air, sending out requests and dedication. Let's say I'm the person the dedication is going to. How would you go ahead and do that?
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. You want me to do the Becky Lu voice? It's only 4 o'clock.
Let's do just do everything the way you would do it.
9 o'clock.
let's do it everything the way.
Becky Lu has a voice for 9 o'clock that's different from 4.
Yeah.
I want to hear that voice. So go ahead and do a dedication to me.
Okay. So all right, I'll say okay. Let me channel Becky Lu.
There you go.
Okay, so I would say, okay. All right. This dedication is going out to Santa Claus Gilbert from his co-host, who thinks the world of him, who loves him, who misses him when they're not podcasting together. And the song that she would like to dedicate to you, Santa Claus Gilbert, is Smokey Robinson. That's right. Ooh, cruising. Let's go cruising, baby. And let's enjoy our time together.
All right. I love it. I love it. Becky Lu, I was there. I'm feeling you. I was channeling Becky Lu, man. That is amazing. I just got a taste right there.
See? Magic. And it's for Crystal and Gilbert bringing that magic.
You are amazing. I love that voice. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's if the dedication is romantic, I'll use a more romantic voice. We do have some dedications that are to loved ones who have passed. So of course Becky Lou's not going to be like, oh, lovey, or oh, hey, happy birthday. That will be expressed the way that that should sound. Yeah, it's all in the inflection. It's all in the delivery, and that's what makes it special. Art has his way of doing things. Becky Lou has her way of doing things too, and that's when you put those components together with Art's personality and with my personality. That's what the Art LeBeau connection is. That's what we do. That's what we're about.
Awesome.
You are very talented, Becky Lou.
Oh, thank you.
I learned something about Becky Lou today, which I didn't know.
Oh, please do share.
I'll tell you later.
She did that impromptu.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That was impromptu right there. See that? See, that's how we do, baby. That's how we do.
All right. See, put it on the spot.
Yeah, I've heard some of the dedications, and I think one that, and I can't remember what the words was, but I do remember, I guess the boyfriend and girlfriend had an argument, and she called in, I think, and she called in for the dedication to tell her boyfriend that she was sorry, and whatever it was, and they had to get back together, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool.
What's the song, Break Up to Make Up?
Yeah, there you go.
Was that the song they dedicated to each other?
Because sometimes.
Or I Miss You by Climax.
See? There you go. See, she knows it, man.
Old school. Shoot.
Old school Becky Lou, baby.
Okay.
So how about Reasons? How about Reasons? Wouldn't you play Reasons by her Earth, Wind, and Fire? Right.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We played a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire on the 21st night of September.
All right. Do you remember?
We did. That was Earth, Wind, and Fire Day.
Oh, man, I love it. We got to bring you back. We got to definitely bring her back. Bring her in Art LeBeau, man. We got to do that.
This is just so awesome. I just love it. And this is such a different talent, right? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, because she's acting. She's taking on the inflection and making sure a person feels the dedication.
Yeah, because I felt it earlier, man. I felt it. I was there with her. I'm going, man, you're speaking to me, Becky Lou. You're speaking to me. I can resonate. Yeah, I can resonate.
Here's something I see. You creating a reggae song, she interjecting with dedication.
Exactly.
That would be amazing production there. So you write the words, you write the music and have the reggae beat, and she's interjecting with her dedication.
We're gonna work on that, Becky Lou. We already have the Jamaican connection going on.
That's right. We gotta do it before the 15th of October.
That's right, baby.
Or maybe Santa Claus might bring something else to town. He's going to say Papa's got a brand new bag, and that bag is going to be filled with some goodies at SCG.
That's what I'm saying, baby. Santa Claus is ready.
and Becky Lou, I've been telling Gilbert he needs to, because he's a workaholic, so I've been telling him he needs to have some fun. And I've been encouraging him to get back into the studio, because that's his passion and love, besides business and all that, is his music. So I've been encouraging him to do that. So there you go, opportunity, Gilbert.
Yeah, let's rent a Ferrari and let's go drive up the coast.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Or wait, can a Ferrari fit 3 people?
No, only 2.
Okay, well, we're gonna get a Tesla.
There we go.
That has a backseat.
I'll be in the back. That's okay.
I love it, man.
I'll be in the back.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Becky Lou, we really appreciate you. Now, who is Willie Colon? Do you know who Willie Colon is?
Is he saying hello to Santa Claus? I
No,
can't see what they're saying, so I'm
Greg,
relying on you to relay these messages to
Gregory,
me, my friend.
Gregory Sneed is saying Willie Colon, so I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Gregory,
oh, maybe that's his brand of cologne that he wears? I don't.
Greg has his own sense of humor.
It's a little Willie in here.
Yeah, he has his own. He's his own comedian. We guys want you guys to make your request to your loved one, and by emailing and calling 1-800-681-2121, or email oldschoolbeckylou at gmail.com. Also, the tickets for the Glen, what is it, at the Art LeBeau
October 8th.
Glen Helen
Amphitheater, the Glen Helen Amphitheater.
Yeah, I'm going to share that so everybody can see that. Let me share that on the screen there. Oh, well, what's happening here? Why is it not?
Or on social media, Facebook, Instagram, The Art LeBeau, or The Art LeBeau Connection. Or you can find us. He's the only Art LeBeau connection that's out there.
Right. So I'm going to share this. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up now. Oh, it's not pulling up for whatever reason.
LeBeau is L-E-B-E-O?
It's L-A-B-O-E. You were close.
Yeah, the Art LeBeau show. So that's
the Art LeBeau Connection show.
Connection. So it's going to be Saturday, October 8th at it's 7 o'clock. October 8th, 2022. At 7 o'clock at the Glen Helen Amphitheater in San Bernardino. So go get your tickets, guys, and enjoy the show. If you're into old school music, this is the place you want to go.
That's right, baby. You got Old School Becky to give you top requests for the night. Hey, we love you. We love you, Becky Lou. We really appreciate having you here. And we got to have you back. You know, we want to make sure we get Art LeBeau in there as well. And this is just amazing. You didn't think it would be. Thank you for having me. You didn't think it would be this amazing, did you?
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding? The energy that you guys bring too with all of us. Yeah. Our commentator, he got a good taste of all this today.
Yes, exactly. So go out there, guys. You have been amazing. I am just so impressed by your talent and your passion and your energy. And I'm going to have to tune in to the show again. Usually it's when I'm in the car driving, and but I'll have to tune in when I'm sitting at my house. But I've enjoyed meeting you, and I'm sure we will definitely meet you again, see you again.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'll make sure.
The show is this Sunday. Yes. If you're in the LA, IE area, this Sunday on 93.5 K-Day from 6 to midnight. And then Monday through Thursday, if you're in the LA, IE area, it's on Old School 104.7. But you can find us. We're on iTunes, Art LeBeau Connection. It'll take you to your local station where you can listen to that, or you can stream. Our station's also live stream from wherever they're at. I'm in the Palm Springs area, so it's Jammin' 99.5 for us. And it's the Art LeBeau Connection.
Art LeBeau Connection. Okay. Well, we are definitely going to encourage everyone, and also make sure you dedicate. So you guys have any birthdays, anniversaries, just missing your loved ones. Great time to send dedications to your loved ones that are in the Florida area that are encountering all the drama that's going on with Hurricane Ian. So reach out to your loved ones. It could be a way you can communicate with them. And send them love and blessings for where they are right now. So, Miss Lady, you have been incredible. We have truly enjoyed you.
See, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It's been fun. This is I love it. I love it. If I was there, I'd give you a big hug. Thank you, Crystal and
Uh,
Gilbert.
Yeah.
I'll receive it. I'll receive it.
Sending you the love, the vibes.
That's
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
from
That's
old
right.
school Becky Lu.
Receive.
From old school Becky
You
Lu.
Hmm.
You are tuned into the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We stream live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So go over to, and as well as any of your favorite podcast channels, check it out. If you guys missed this and you're just hearing this on the remix, this is Miss Becky Lu, old school Becky Lu from the of the Art LeBeau Connection show. And make sure you tune in and you'll get the contact information and send a dedication to your loved one. And Mr. Gilbert, you got any good thing to say, parting words before we leave out?
Well, the main fact that we love old school Becky Lu. I have some opportunities, some work opportunities coming up this week, and some of this is with LAX Airport, and we got some other type of opportunities coming that we're priming subcontractors to submit bids and obtain some of those procurement opportunities. So we're pretty excited about that. We also have the Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses. We're going to have a procurement summit on October 14th at the San Bernardino Airport, and it starts at 10 in the morning until 8 p.m. at night. It's going to be amazing. And guess what, guys? You're going to have old school Becky Lu there as well. So she'll be there too. So if you missed her today, then you can meet her October 14th at the San Bernardino Airport. And, you could say hi, or, give her, get an autograph from her, or give her your business card. Now
Awesome.
next
Thank you. I'm
now
looking forward
now
to that event too.
now
We just
next
might
week
fly away.
next week we're gonna have the chairman for the Hispanic Coalition of Small Business, Mr. Frank Montez, on the Business Zone. He's gonna be our very special guest, just like we just had Miss Becky Lu. Mr. Frank Montez will be our guest next Friday. That's October 7th, and it's going to be from 3 to 4:30. We're going to have a great time too.
All righty. And you guys know for the balance of October and November, the Business Zone is going to be featuring a special series on achieving work-life balance. And so we're going to be discussing the entrepreneurs and love and developing personal relationships so that they can achieve a balance in work and life. So very important. And so you want to tune in. We got some great guests coming up, and it's going to be solely focused on connections of entrepreneurs with their personal life to create a work-life balance, and because we can't be all about work and no play.
And it's amazing, folks. When you do tune into that show, you are going to see the correlation that my co-host and I make in showing how your personal life, it ties into your business as an entrepreneur. So that's going to be a great show. We just can't wait for that one.
Yeah. All righty, Gilbert, we ready to close out for the week?
Yeah, we're ready to close out for the week. We hate to go, guys. We hate to leave our new Egyptian princess and Miss Becky Lu, but we got to do what we got to do.
Well, we are so happy you guys.
Thank you so much for your time. It was wonderful being your guest. I appreciate it.
It's awesome to have you here, and thank you so much for being a guest on the show. And everyone out there, our audience, please have a great weekend. Sending love and blessings and prayers for those that have been affected by Hurricane Ian. And I know it's still raging down there. We send you our blessings, and we're asking you to have protection for you and your family. So with that, Gilbert, you ready to...
And once again, in honor of Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month, we want to say happy celebrations, folks. And again, whatever ethnicity or ethnic group you belong to, long as you're Latino or Hispanic, we want to say, hey, celebrate on. Today's Friday, guys, so it's going to be party, party, party. So with that being said, we're out. This is a business zone, and Crystal and
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes,